Good day, podcast community and people that want to grow and scale. If you're the type of person that has been struggling with growing your business, this video is for you. If you're not interested, you don't need to tune in to anymore. But here's where I want to share with you three tips. Three tips that if you apply them, you're going to be not only relevant, but you'll scale your business. And we have a free gift for those that stay for a few more minutes. Okay, first, we're in a digital world. We all know it, but we don't know how to leverage it. And we leverage it by your name, like PeteKane.me. That's my online leverage. So get your name. Domain, get it. We use Squarespace or Google, but any of them will work. But get your name. Buy it. It's real estate. Cost you $14 if you get it through Squarespace. Some of them are a little bit more, some of them are a little bit less, but own your name because the digital footprint that you're able to create is around your name. And here's why I want you to kind of grasp this concept. Look at the market today. Let's look at Oprah. We don't know her company. Some people do, but they know her. They know of her as Oprah. And I'll guarantee you she owns her name. Look at Elon Musk. We don't think, I think it's like 100 times more follow him than Tesla. Well, he has three companies. You'd have to follow all three, but it's his name. Look at Steve Jobs. When it was Apple, it was Steve Jobs. Now it's Tim Cook. Everybody associates a person to a business because our brain just works that way. A business, yes, we think of businesses, but we think of people. And when you get to online, you're a person. You're talking to you. I'm talking to you. I want you to understand the value of your name and what it is that's so important today is to capture your name. So go out and buy it. Second, I want you to look at the digital landscape. I'm going to give you a formula. And this formula is called 7-11-4. It's not, I didn't make it up, but look up Daniel Priestley. You can consume a lot of good information out there. So put him on your radar. Listen to his value. He's built 8 businesses to multi-million-dollar businesses. So success leaves clues. And when you understand 7-11-4, you're on your way to building that footprint. And let me tell you what the 7 means. 7 hours. You have to consume, a person has to consume 7 hours of you. Because when they consume 7 hours of you and you solve their problem, they have to know, like, and trust you. And in the digital world, it's different than what you're doing in your reputation world. But because we can Google somebody very easily, look up my name, Pete Kane, Petekane. Put the word podcast in there. I chose not to do the middle initial, but you can put a middle initial on it. You look at Patrick Bet David. He puts the BET between those two names to brand it. You look at how people do things out there. These are clues. 7 hours. It's called, I forget the gentleman, but he coined it. Like, you consume. Look at when a celebrity, they say, passes away. It's like people know him. When Steve Jobs passed away, I mean, there was millions of people that knew him through his content. And it was like you lost a brother. You lost a family member because you knew him so well through him and his content and the innovation, what he did for an absolute company that was, when he came back, they were almost bankrupt. Now they're the most valuable company in the world. So it makes a difference. And look at Tim Cook. It's not Apple, it's Tim Cook. So he's taken the reins and he's the front person for Apple now. And you can go down the list. Look at our most recent president, how he has marketed his name. Now, a lot of people don't like that, but it doesn't. It means that he does have name recognition through his name now. But let me get you back to the 7-11-4. So 7 hours, people are going to binge you. They're going to consume you. They got to get to know you. And it's too easy for people to Google you. So if they Google you and they see a LinkedIn profile and a website, that's not enough. Not today. Maybe it was 10 years ago, but it's not today. You got to have video. You got to have podcasts. You got to have books. You got to have white papers. You got to have so much out there giving the people an opportunity to consume you. It's almost like you binge a person. Once you click and go, man, this guy's got some value. This girl's got some value. Then all of a sudden, bingo. Look at Megyn Kelly. Bingo. Look at Tucker Carlson. Bingo. Look at these people. Candace Owens. Bingo. You don't know what their company is. Stephen Bartlett, probably one of the top. Joe Rogan, you know him by his name. He's got all kinds of businesses, but you know him by his name. And Stephen Bartlett, if you haven't heard of I forget something about the CEO, but he's got all kinds of businesses, but he's also has 3 million followers. So he knows what he's doing. He tells story, he tells long form video, long form podcast. And if you look at how this election was won, long form podcasting, giving people an idea who you are. So Trump was able to pull voters over because they got to know him. What did Kamala Harris do? She was afraid of getting on the Joe Rogan because she didn't feel she could do anything beyond 45 minutes. And they asked her something off the script, if he did, she wouldn't be able to answer it. Well, she lost big. And so when you look at how long form podcast is giving people a way to get to know you, you have to be out there. You have to give people that 7 hours of content. What's the 11? It's a 0 moment of truth. It's Google. It's been proven. You search for something, and all of a sudden you make 11 buying signals. Search is a buying signal, but it could be an assessment. It could be commenting. It could be, there's a lot of, what do you see? Facebook, they have likes, they have comments. Those are buying signals. They monitor these. So the more likes that you have on something, they're able to craft a personality of what you like. See how that works? You like something, it's what you like. So you're giving them a buying signal. And that buying signal is important because you got to make 11. 5, 10, 11. 11 buying signals, 0 moment of truth. And the 4 is the 4 platforms. Could be a book, could be a YouTube channel, could be a podcast, could be Instagram, could be Facebook, could be all these different medias. Because if you do the 7, consume the 7 hours, you make 11 buying signals for whatever that is for your particular area of expertise. And the person sees you on 4 different platforms, know, like, and trust kicks in. The brain just goes, man, you're ready to do something. Because if that person can solve your problem, you know them, you like them, you trust them. So to sum up this, 3 things. Own your name. 2, 7-11, 4. Create content. Give people an opportunity. And if you're like myself, YouTube, own your YouTube channel. Get your YouTube channel so you can have that content go places. Because once you put it out there, well, what happens? People know you, like you, and trust you. Now, you have to solve problems. That's a given. But if you solve a problem, somebody hears about you. Let's say you're at a cocktail party and you're talking to a person, and the person makes sense, talking about just having a conversation. And you go, man, I think I could do some business with him, her. I Google you and I don't see anything. I see a website, maybe a LinkedIn profile. Then I'm going, not enough information for me to go to the next level. So you forget about it. But if you go like Daniel Priestley, search his name with the Score app, then he's all over the place. He did it with me. I had heard of him a couple times. So let's just say I'm up to 6 buying signals, comment, doing something. Then I had a person on my podcast, Christian, thank you. So I asked him before he got on the podcast, one, how'd you get, I didn't even know where it came from. Then when I said, how'd you hear about me? He didn't know. He says his team or something like that found it. So, but I said, how do you want our viewers to remember you, or what can they do to get more of you? And he goes, well, I have an assessment. I went, ding, assessment. I've heard about that. And he had an email newsletter that he was given some value with. So I took the assessment and it was like, bingo, that was the 11th buying signal I need. I immediately got the Score app, immediately implemented it with my clients, immediately started using it. And now that's because I went through the 7-11-4, 7-11-4. But I had to, that final one was that buying signal. I saw it in action. It made sense to me. And then I did it. So now, I don't know, 10 people have it that I know, and it hasn't been more than a couple weeks. So it looks like we can't do it on Twitter. I didn't know. I thought premium account on Twitter is required to create live content. Okay. All right. Now I know. Okay. So let me give you something. Hold on. Remove. I'm going to remove it. Let's see. Save. Okay, good. Okay. Now I want to give you something. Well, I promised you something. Go to pkane.me/masterclass. You don't even have to give me your name, your email, nothing. Just take it. Just take it. That's our ecosystem. That's how we can scale your business. But it starts with a fundamental of 7-11-4, owning your name, and really being able to think scale. You got to be able to scale your business. We're coming in some crazy good times. And if you don't know how to leverage AI, that's our 9th one. Jeff Bourgeois, check him out. He has a free course that he gives away so you can experience it. And I remember this is kind of off the cuff, but he was diving into it, and he kept telling me, are you using AI? And I said, I'm too busy. And then months went by. He kept asking me again. And I had the same answer. Then finally, after a number of times, I put a course together in like 2 minutes. So I put the outline of the course, a 12-week course. And it would have taken me weeks, not months. Probably wouldn't have done it because that's not my skill set. So I took it, put a little finishing touches on it, bingo. Now I put the meat to the content to the framework. But if I had never experienced AI, I wouldn't be where I am today in putting out the content that's needed to really create a digital footprint for your name. It's about you. When it's about you, you win. So if I can help you, go to pkane.me/masterclass. We have an assessment. So if you just drop the word masterclass, let me see here. I can put this up. Just go to pkane.me if you want to just take an assessment and see, then you can do that too. Thank you so much. Always think, How can I grow fast? Because if you do that, have that mindset, you create systems, because you can't grow without systems. And you have to have systems if you want to 10x and scale your business. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day, and let me know if I can help and assist you.